jobs, it is absolutely true that there is a mismatch amongst the educated white-collar youth and the kind of jobs and aspirations those two don't meet. Having said that, the PLFS survey across rural and urban, across age groups, finds unemployment to be constantly falling over the last 10 years. In fact, even in this ILO report, since pandemic times, the youth unemployment amongst educated people have fallen. But that remains a challenge, and I agree with the Chief Economic Advisor. How do we better mismatch it? Going forward, as technologies evolve, I think more jobs can
we'll come to
be
solutions, Harsh, in a moment.
Back office, you can also be the middle office and perhaps the front office.
We'll come to solutions in a moment, but I want Santosh Mehrotra, who I believe has a very different perspective.
So I'll just come.
I'll come back to you, Harsh.
Dominates India, and therefore the headlines was like Mumbai overtakes Beijing. But again I ask, is it not the case that Indian billionaires, the Tatas, Adanis, Ambanis are creating wealth based on real, better and cheaper products? Is not the Geo revolution creating the world's cheapest, fastest internet? Is not Adani creating infrastructure like ports and airports? Are they not real? India has failed at creating infrastructure after independence. In fact, crony capitalism could have been said to be true if billionaires were created in natural resources. Actually, groups like Vedanta have not done very well in the last 5 to 10 years. All billionaires in India who have created wealth for themselves, and one can argue whether the market gives them high multiples or not, have been because they have created something which India desperately needs. Now coming to
you, Harsh Madhusudan, how should we take this report? Should we take it as these seemingly conflicting reports, if at all they are, number of billionaires rising, but number of educated unemployed also troublingly high, and some reports suggesting, and I'll come to those reports later, inequality also widening. Your response, how should we see these conflicting reports coming in?
Thank you for having me, Rajdeep. See, it's very easy to understand. Let's say if an educated Indian in finance or technology today, instead of working out of Mumbai or Bengaluru, has a $200,000 job and goes to San Francisco or London, Indian inequality will fall. But Indian growth and Indian overall wealth will also fall, and the indirect jobs created by that person staying in India, the taxes will also fall. So inequality per se has to be seen in the context of the Indian average per capita income still being relatively low, $2,500 in nominal terms. But the Indian educated elite is at the very top layer, global in its aspirations, and can command global salaries whether they live and work in India or they do a business in India or they do business abroad. So inequality has to be seen in the context of mobility and opportunity. In terms of billionaires, the Hurun report still says that China actually has the most number of billionaires, more than even the US. It's just that one city in India, Mumbai, a favorite city of yours and mine, Rajdeep,